I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Danny G sitting alongside my guys Rio and Jimmer tonight, and we've got some fun shit going on out there. It's also been, we did one Monday, right? So we missed out on Wednesday night this week.
Yep.
And we got to see the Garner football team tonight, first game of the season.
We did get to see them, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they get off the bus?
For the first half, but then they forgot to come out of the locker room for the second half.
Big rivalry, Garner Hayfield Ventura versus Britt, and ouch.
Yeah.
Ended up
first game of the season though.
Yeah, it is.
So
32 to
First game of the
32 to
season
8.
though. It's could have potentially lost their starting quarterback for the year, starting lineman, starting D tackle, as well feared ACL torn. So
and they're not very deep as it is, so
No.
it sucks.
We learned a few things though. I won't say too much on here because I think we have some that listen, but there's a little bit of frustration. But regardless.
Game 1 though, it felt good to be out there.
It did feel good,
lights, right?
Fall ball already. We're ready to do.
ready.
Football is in the air, baby.
Everywhere.
Absolutely.
Football in the air.
And before we get to news and notes, we do have a big shout out to Carlos, our guy from
Moto.
Carlos Moto, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
His first, I shouldn't say his first. He had an LFA fight tonight on UFC Fight Pass.
Main card.
First round knockout of his opponent. So big time, man. He should be climbing the rankings. Hopefully we see him, maybe on an undercard, something like that, UFC style.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
He deserves it. I
He
think.
deserves every part of it. We were jacked when we met him at the North Iowa fights, seeing different level of athlete, right? Like he's ready for that, and then he absolutely proved it in this. So huge shout out to him. That's awesome. I'm jacked that he finished. Like I wish we were at the football game. Wish we could have seen it.
Yeah, agreed. That man has a different aura about him, right?
He
Like
does.
it feels like he
Happy.
should be there. Yeah.
And he's happy about life. It's not too big. I'm here.
Yep.
I'm ready. Yep.
Exactly. Well, what's going on, man? We got some shit to talk about.
So we have a real big one. We chatted about this a little bit earlier. Bills punter Matt Eraza, hopefully I'm saying that one right, and 2 former San Diego State teammates have been accused of gang raping a 17-year-old girl in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Not good details here coming out. I mean, there's talking blood and all kinds of stuff like this. It's a shame, I'm guessing I'm going to try to lean out of it until we know 100% certain all the details and, but not a good look, obviously. I did see the Bills pulling from the game tonight. So sitting him as they should until an investigation can be done because obviously serious accusations out there.
Yeah, it was him and a couple guys, San Diego State. Is that what it was, right?
Yep.
Bad.
One guy that isn't on the roster for whatever reason anymore, not graduation or anything, just isn't on there. And then another guy that is, and I don't have the names in front of me. I should have put that there. But, yeah, it was I think it was a total of 4. I think it was 4 guys. One was the punter that we just talked about. 2 other guys, one that isn't on San Diego State right now for whatever reason, one that is, and then another guy or 2 that she couldn't name. So,
God, yeah, that sucks that she went through that. For the Bills' sake, I hope that he was maybe mistakenly named or it wasn't involved because not related to her, but like that man has a hell of a leg. I don't know if you saw him in preseason. He's had an 84-yard punt or whatever. Yeah. So this man can get the ball down the field if they ever punt the ball, right? But so we're gonna have to wait to hear more. But hopefully he wasn't really involved, right?
Yeah. Usually I'm with you guys. Usually we wait, right? We believe in waiting for the process and see what actually happens sometimes. But like you said, it isn't looking good.
No.
And it was in California, I do believe, party, I think college party, and it was for 5 hours or something like that. It was something messed up, multiple turn, or maybe it was over an hour or something like that, but 4 or 5 guys. until the party got shut down.
Jeez.
So, I don't know if they actually got charged, but what it was like, what is it? Not kidnap. Maybe it was kidnapping. False imprisonment. That's what it is. False imprisonment, rape, and something else, another sexual one. But hopefully, for his sake, hopefully he got pointed out wrong in this one. But not looking good.
Not at all.
Legendary Chiefs quarterback and Kansas City broadcaster Len Dawson has died at the age of 87. Dawson was named MVP after leading the Chiefs to a win in Super Bowl IV in 1970 over...
I don't want to talk about it.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
We don't. Why do you have to bring that up?
I know, but
That's awesome.
one of the greatest things, before you guys go on that one of the greatest things is like the picture of him ripping a cig.
Ripping a cig.
Right in, was it halftime or something like that? It wasn't even the end of the game. It was like halftime. He's ripping a cig in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, man.
man.
A legend forever for Chiefs Kingdom. So
You guys did see the cool thing that the Chiefs
they
did,
they
right?
ran the huddle as like he did.
What was that? The kind of the choir style?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of.
Everybody, spread out.
That's kind of cool. A wild brawl ends the Rams-Bengals joint practice, where at one point, Aaron Donald had 2 Bengals helmets in his hands that ended up, at least one of them, getting swung at Bengals players.
Yeah, I saw part of the video. I was like, holy cow. There's some rumblings of potential suspension, fine coming Aaron Donald's way. Yeah, it's crazy. I think we're going to start to see the end of joint practices. You're already going to play the game. I don't see how that is good in any way, though. Already, right, they're going to play games against each other on different teams early in the season when, you're still trying to get conditioning going. So it only heightens the potential to get injured, right?
Right.
So,
especially when a helmet's getting flown at you with a big, strong man like that.
Because there was, so he had 2 of them in his hand, and there was one. I don't know if you saw, one of those connected with the top of somebody's head.
Yeah.
I don't, because it stopped when he swung that bitch.
Yeah.
So I don't know who he got, but then he ended up getting pushed down, and they finally stopped everything. But it sounds like the Rams are gonna dish out their own punishment. And it is interesting, though, because we see a little bit more from the media about these practices. We never used to.
Right.
So I wonder if they end the joint practices or just dial back the media coverage, because, like, intensity is intensity. Like, shit could happen on your own team, too, right? It happens all the time.
You see it during training camp, right?
Yeah.
Like, going against each other every single day, right? And that hot summer-ass sun, Yep.
Yeah, so it almost works against you in this case, having too much media. It's like, I think that shit's awesome. That's competitive nature. Like, let's go.
well, maybe we pick different teams, not 2 that played in the
that just
Super
played in the Super
Bowl.
Bowl. I can get behind that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can definitely get behind that. Yeah.
They're already probably chippy. Like, we beat that ass, and they're like, "But did you though?"
But did you though?
I'm with you on that, man.
So, does he deserve a suspension?
No.
Nah, right.
Not in a practice, right? Not in a practice. Like, if it would have been a preseason game like that, then
probably a fine of some sort from the Rams. Yeah.
Maybe he'll miss a preseason.
Because my next question to that
He
one,
won't play
does
in
Miles
I know.
Miles Garrett have a legit argument right now?
Yes, kind of.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he may be the only one to be like, motherfucker, are you kidding me?
What the heck?
I patented that.
Yeah.
You can't be swinging helmets like that. What the hell are you doing?
Right.
Two
He's like,
of
I
them.
didn't.
That's
I
mine.
had 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, you guys have seen that meme where it's like,
Yes.
yeah, I know you did. It was just him.
Yeah.
And like some army coming towards him.
Can we talk about that? How the fuck did he get 2 helmets, too? Yeah, it's okay. You can get one. I can see you ripping one off and swinging it. That happens all the time. But getting 2?
Aaron Donald.
What? Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Only dude getting double-digit sacks from the defensive tackle position is
Yeah,
a
no
dude that
kidding.
can rip 2 fucking helmets off,
Right.
right? Cowboys left tackle Tyron Smith will be out at least 3 to 4 weeks after having surgery on his torn hamstring.
Yeah, they're talking multiple months, not till after December, for sure.
Okay.
Hamstring sounds like come off the bone.
Shit.
I think it's time for him to hang it up. Hasn't played a full season since 2015. He's, only aging. It's tough. Tough. I mean, we've seen the decline of the once so great offensive line. Sucks to see another guy just, every time he's on the field, yeah, sure, he's one of the best, if not the best left tackle out there, but can't stay on the field.
Right.
Yeah. How many years has it been since he's played a full season now?
It's 2015, so 7 now.
7.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Regardless, a mammoth of a man, highly impressive, and like you said, he has been the epitome of like the top-notch left tackle, right? He can run block, he can pass block, and you're not getting by him. Yeah, I've seen blocks where he's taking on 2 men, right? One come from the outside edge who's speed, and he's able to just drop it right here and still catch this dude trying to come inside. So it definitely hurts you guys, right?
Yeah, we got to figure out some stuff on the line. I know they wanted to kick our rookie into the left guard. Luckily he did play left tackle all through college, so he does have experience at that position. But he was flagged the most times in that division, so they're thinking moving him inside and using that power. There's been some good snaps in the preseason, obviously from the left guard spot. So I don't know. There's we got some interesting pieces on the offensive line. So
Yeah.
You got anything about that?
No, I just think I don't know if it's time to hang it up because he's so good when he's out there. It's just he can't stay out there. I don't know. It's so hard, right? Because it's not like a Julio situation where he gets hurt all the time and he's not really – he at least hasn't been that effective when he is out there.
Yeah.
He is still one of the best, if not the best, when he is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, that'd be so – it's a tough position to be in, right? And even tougher for the Cowboys because it's like, do we keep him if he decides to stay and not hang it up?
Because
like,
he's not really – like he's older, but he's not really that old for a lineman, right? I mean, Andrew Whitworth are just rolling at age 40-something years old.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
who the Cowboys reached out to.
did they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Smart.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Fuck yeah,
For the
dude.
simple fact that at the end of the day, who do you have protecting
Yeah.
his blind side?
The guy you just paid a bunch of money to.
Yeah. You were. That's the only thing I would worry about as if I was a fan of the team is like taking care of my investment back there.
Yeah.
And Dak, like, hold on, this dude Dak has gotten banged up too because of, freak ass injury. I mean, that was scrambling or whatever, but you got to protect that too.
We are kind of fortunate in the aspect we have this guy Connor McGovern, who was actually trade talks, and there was talks of like second round picks being tossed out of the Cowboys for him last year, but they didn't want to give him up, and end up keeping him around. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of. Obviously, he's going to get worked in, but where and if they're going to slide that rookie to left tackle. So,
Okay.
we're going to have to see.
This one is more speculation, but Russ Westbrook could be done with the Lakers after they traded for Pat Beverly with the belief he won't be on the roster by training camp.
Yeah, think of John. Was it John Wall that was told to stay home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically that until they figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's so much money to tell him to go home, though. That's hard, man. I think it'd be smart. I think they're better without him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they are.
If he doesn't want to start. Or, I mean, if he wants to start, you mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think they could be really good with him if you could talk him
If
into
he was
running
like,
the
hey,
second
off
team.
the bench.
Yeah, if
100%.
you're my top 6 man running the second team.
Yeah. Could you have a better person for that where
Right.
you're running and
Well,
gunning?
basically, it's you trying to score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, go do your thing, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
get the rest of our
Right.
starters a breather. Do your thing.
Do your thing for 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, and then.
But this man's not going to be willing to do that. That's what I'm saying, right? So
Yeah.
I think that would be the move because he will not want to come off the bench. But at the same time, that's a fucking big pill to swallow, man. That's so much money to say bye. I don't know if
How do
Jeannie
you-
will do that.
How do you convince that to Jeannie when Jeannie just brought that up?
That's what.
Remember at the end of the
Yeah.
season? Yeah, at
Exactly.
the end of the season where she's like, so much money for nothing.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you were touching on that.
Yep.
I don't know what you do.
Is he becoming a stat stuffer on a bad team?
I don't even know if he's a stat
We
stuffer anymore,
talked about Kevin Love, right? And now
Yeah.
he balled out
Yeah.
with Minnesota when he's by himself.
Yep.
Went over and kind of faded once it was you had some other pieces on the team, and it wasn't just you filling up the box score. Is that what Russell Westbrook is?
I'm with you, yes. I think now. Don't get me wrong. I think he's even more special than Kevin Love because you don't average a trip dub even on a stat stuff. You know what I mean? A trip dub is hard to do, right? Like average it for a full season. But I'm with you. Does that happen?
He was on a bad Thunder squad.
He was on a bad Thunder squad that he barely inched them into the playoffs as an 8 seed, which is, believe it or not, when we talk about the West being really good on a regular basis, blah blah blah, for so many decades.
Yeah.
The 8 seed was not that hard to get to for the most part. Except for, like, when you're talking, like, the Lakers and, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're in that era that, you know, that I'm talking about. The Rasheed Wallace and Blazers, you know, stuff like that. Nowadays, it's not hard to get to the 8 seed. So, if you're going to be a ball, like, exactly what you're saying, I'm with you.
Yeah, he's never been that, I don't know, that guy that really cares that much about winning to actually want his team to win, right? Like, we'd watch a lot of OKC games where they would obviously be letting him get the rebounds. They'd box out and let him come in and get the rebound instead of taking it into themselves. I can't remember that big-ass dude with the mustache.
Stevens.
Yeah. So
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams, yep.
There you go.
They would do that a lot, so it's obviously to pump his stats up. And then we heard him last year where they asked him about winning, and he's like, well, if we don't win, it's not the end of the world, right? And that's not, you know, that's not indicative of fucking the attitude you want of your guy. So I'm with you on that too, man. Stat stuffer, and he's never done anything to improve his game beyond using his athleticism.
His athletic ability.
That 3-point shot, you know. So I just was thinking about.
You know, it's interesting. You talked about Kevin Love, but nobody ever talks. Who came after? Was it? Is it Al Jefferson that I'm thinking of? Another stat stuffer, because when he left, he did dick too, right?
Yep.
Minnesota was just full of those for a little while.
They were.
Yeah.
One of the most famous ones was God. I had his name a second ago. He was with the Washington Wizards for a little while. He was like 6'10". He was averaging 20 and 10. Never did anything when he left there though. He went up to Brooklyn there. Like, I think he was part of that, like, rotation, like, when they tried to put together the Garnett, Pierce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about then? He was the ultimate stat stuffer. That was a guy that was on a horrible team. Numbers got juiced. I think he even made a All-Star. Yeah, kind of big man. No, not him. It's God, what was his name?
Was the one he was a center, right?
I think he was like more of a power forward, but he'd shoot from wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was only guy.
Yeah.
It was before John Wall. I know that. Or if it was with John Wall, it was like John Wall's rookie season.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but I always think of him as the ultimate stat stuffer.
Yeah.
Because his numbers got juiced. He was even like a Kevin Love, because Kevin Love is kind of special. Even when he went to the Cleveland and everything, he still was he was all-star-esque still. This guy wasn't.
Right.
You know, but same thing when you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Why can't I fucking think of his name, though? But
I can't think of it either, God damn it. I almost had his number, too. Was it 7? Either way. I'm not saying he was a horrible player, but he wasn't an all-star by any stretch. But he got all-star because he was averaging 20 and 10 on a horrible team. Thunder rookie Chet Holmgren will miss the 2022-23 season with a foot injury sustained in a Pro-Am basketball game, which came out as a Liz Frank.
Did you see the play that it probably was caused on to?
No.
He was defending LeBron, and he defended it, so I can't tell if LeBron passed it or if it was just a bad layup, but they ended up making the bucket, but he was right in front of LeBron. He's very long, right?
Was that really Nikola Vucevic?
No, but that's another good one. Yeah.
Yes.
He was with Orlando.
Yes.
That's another good one.
That's who I was.
Okay. No, I'm thinking of Wizards. Blatt. Something like that. Damn it. I will come up with that. But what were you saying? The play itself?
But yeah, so he's defending. It looks like this is the play because it would happen just after where he really came up kind of funky. But he was defending LeBron on a fast break, and it looked like he came down kind of awkward. And it sounds like he's out for the season, right? It sounds like.
Andre Blatch, number 7.
Okay.
But go ahead. Yeah, out for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal because OKC's got some really good young guys.
They do.
And they could have really done a little something this year.
Made a little noise, right? Because
yeah.
they play a team brand of basketball for now.
Yeah.
You know, what was that great? What was this Gregorius kid or whatever his name? You know,
they've got 3
name.
or 4 pretty good young studs, man. So
and Chet was actually kind of balling out. I was questionable about him coming in the draft, right? I think we talked about that. Like I wasn't completely sold. Thin ass frame. We'll see. It looks like he was actually doing some good work. I understand the pro-ams and stuff like that. And
yeah, that sucks. You know, hurt to lose your the number 1 overall pick, but you're also your pick.
It sucks.
The good thing is he doesn't have a ton of weight. You know what I mean? He doesn't, since it's a foot thing.
Yeah,
we
especially
always see that with big guys.
Yeah.
Like who?
You know, I mean, there's a guy out there. There's a few. You know, we could think of Zion,
Call him
right?
Snacks.
Zion.
With his feet.
Down with them snacks.
Call
Call
him
him
Snacks.
Snacks.
What up, Snacks?
Zion Snacks Williamson, baby. You heard it here first.
Who else? Greg Oden had a foot thing and never recovered.
Oh,
He was
Yeah,
done.
but at least he didn't go like chubby.
Right, and
Right.
when he could
He
play,
was
he would ball.
so good.
He
yeah.
would. What? Yeah, he showed exactly why he should have been. I think he was the number 2 pick, as in, oh boy.
Yeah.
The reason why he should have been, because anytime he put up
He
the
was so
double-digit
good, dude.
rebounds. He would put
Man,
up
I
about
think
15.
about how good the Blazers could have been. Brandon Roy was balling out
Yes.
then.
No cartilage in the knees. That's just
Yeah.
freak shit right there.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. The Blazers are just cursed at this point,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They're just cursed. The jury awards Vanessa Bryant $16 million from the L.A. County over crash photos taken of Kobe Bryant and her daughter, Gianna.
And it wasn't just photos. It was because they were shared.
Yes. Yeah. I should have specified. You're
Yeah.
correct. Yep.
It was photos being shared by, you know, detectives, policemen that were on the case or on the call, whatever, had been out there to the crash site. Obviously, poor choice of judgment and really messed up. They should be fired. I mean, that's unprofessional. It doesn't matter who it was.
Yep.
So, and I could be different in this aspect. Just like I was kind of beating up old boy Adam Schefter. Remember how he's kind of insensitive with that with old boy's death, quarterback.
Yeah.
And same thing here. I guess I'm like really old school with this. Is I don't care how famous a person is. If I was in that situation, like where I was the law enforcement or the first responders, how could you even show somebody a picture of anything like
Right,
that?
yeah.
I like that would never. I don't even know if I would take a picture unless it was my job. Like they told me I had to
Exactly,
take a picture.
dude.
First off,
Yeah.
because that is not the first thing I think of. We had some weird ass shit like this. Well, I'm gonna go a little bit down the road, a little bit. My grandmother passed away. My mom's mom. This would have been 2005. 2005. The dude she was kind of dating, at the time, was at the funeral, of course. And to me, this is weird. And maybe this is a different conversation for you guys. But dude was going up and taking pictures of her in her casket.
That's weird. That's
Nope.
weird as fuck.
Is that not fucking weird?
Yeah, it's super weird.
That's
dude.
weird.
Okay, that's not just me then. Then my mom definitely was offended. My mom, like, obviously, she's an emotional woman, but she lost her shit about that.
Yep.
I'm like, I've never seen. Death is a very sacred thing, you know. Like, and it's always uncomfortable anyway with me. Like talking like this. I don't even know how to deal with it. But taking pictures, sharing them, it would never cross my mind, gentlemen. Is my point.
No.
Yeah.
Tauren Prince of the T-Wolves has been taken into custody in Miami on out-of-state fugitive warrant from Texas. It's being reported, nothing's 100% official, last time I checked, it's being reported that it's regarding dangerous drugs.
Ooh.
He just signed like a 2-year, $16 million deal or something
Yeah.
like that. But he was on the run, so
Jesus.
don't know what it could be. I guess like what doesn't like sheets of LSD, isn't that considered like
Yeah.
dangerous drug or
Maybe that or fentanyl or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that I mean, even if you're not famous, you're still an athlete going to make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Hey, they always tell you diversify your businesses, okay? Don't just focus on sports.
Jesus.
Make sure you get your drugs.
Yeah, you got to
Tamp.
get that secondary income. These boys are just trying to live the dream.
Trying to
Right?
tag
Well, at
it
least
on.
dabble with the legal ones, or go whatever that is in what Seattle is that, or
Oh yeah.
Washington, where you're allowed to have like they're not going to pick you up if you have like under 100 pounds of crack or whatever it is,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Come to our safe place where you can use needle.
Right. We got some fresh, clean, brand new ones from our
Right.
president.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no,
you.
I'm obviously kidding. It's ridiculous
I
that
know.
they do that shit. You know,
It's-
like,
Like, come on, man.
right?
Come on, man.
Come on. This is a good one for me. This one of my wife's favorite players. I've loved him forever. Albert Pujols has put 700 home runs within realistic reach, gentlemen.
Yeah.
He currently sits at 693 dingers with 38 games to go. He parked a high. I don't know if you guys saw the video. Parked a high fastball, like old school, out like a rocket. Surprised, I can't remember who they were playing. Cubs. Surprised the Cubs because they did it on purpose. They threw that high one to try to get his eyesight off for the next one that they were going to throw low, and he took that one, and it was clearly high too. It was like right here, bam, almost like Vlad Guerrero in the old days.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But your first thoughts?
I hope
He's
he
gonna
does
get it. They're gonna groove pitches.
Think so?
Yeah. I'm gonna go out and say he gets it.
Okay.
They're gonna give him 7.
I think they do too. I think if you're a confident enough pitcher, don't. I know it sounds shitty, but maybe you're not trying to. You just kind of throw them up like, hey, out of respect for you, I'm going to give you the opportunity because like you've never been associated with PEDs.
Right.
Would that not be like a 700 clubber that
yeah.
outside
Legit.
of legit in this
has
era?
Done it. Seen the right.
Yep.
Here's a slider hanging, baby. Take it.
That I don't know about you, but I was always Albert Pujols fan, like
I'm
growing.
a big
growing up.
fan. I
Fat Albert, baby.
watching some of it. I seen the home run highlights from this season. It's like no different than early in his career. Like, what is his percentage of hitting home runs to left field? Like 99%, right? It looks exactly the same. The swing, where the ball fucking ends up, and everything. It's just maybe not as far now as it was back then.
Maybe not.
But I'm like, Jesus, this is vintage. Like, it looks exactly the same. It's really cool. I hope he gets it. He said, I think you're the one that said the other day, he said no matter what, he's going to retire, right?
Yeah.
So I hope pitchers kind of realize that, and they're like, all right,
That's
let's
what I
help
mean
him
right
get
there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that I hope that they're like, you know what? I'm not saying I'm not going to throw my fastest fastball, but I'm not
Right.
going to try to.
We're going to put it in the zone, though.
We're going to put it in the
Give you a
zone, and
chance.
you do. Let's see if you can do it.
Yep.
You try to beat my fastball.
Still got to hit it out.
Yeah. That watching is what's kind of cool, and I'm not a Cardinals fan or anything like that. I have no vested interest. But he's able to do this on. I do believe they're leading the NL Central by a decent amount too now. I want to say like 6-7 games. Twins have been falling apart, by the way. Appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. How is it crazy? Is it we had a work thing, and I got to see the Rangers play, and I also got to see the Rangers play.
I set it up for you.
I also got to see the Rangers play a couple years ago. Same kind of deal.
Yep.
Work deal. Same thing happened this time. The Rangers won the game before, lost the game that I went to, and they won the game after, and actually they won the game after that too.
Yeah, it was 4 game.
Took 3 of 4, but not the
Shit.
game.
But
I was
not the
fucking
one
at.
he went to.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. You probably didn't watch it. So Martin Perez, our best pitcher, gave up 2 back-to-back dingers in the first. Nothing the rest of the way. We lost 2-1.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Give him some support, boys.
Yeah.
Shit.
But they did, like I said, they won 3 out of the 4. Just not the one that Rio was there.
What
Yeah,
the hell?
evidently he's not allowed to see them win. Not at Target Field.
Right.
Did you when you went to the Texas one, when you were in Texas, did they win that one?
No, I'm talking about the other one I saw up there.
No, I know.
So-
But I'm just asking you, when you did go down there to one, did they win that day? Because you were with your brother-in-law, right?
Yeah. I cannot remember. I know it was bobblehead night. I don't know.
Okay.
They are, yes, Cardinals are leading the Central 6 games.
Just kind of running away. I think Milwaukee's kind of falling apart a little bit, but yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they're like still in the division. They're still running away, and he has a legit shot. So it isn't even out of pure it isn't like out of pure courtesy either, because they're winning too. So So my final one, gentlemen. Local Mason City, Iowa Beast, Darius Flowers, wins Dana White's Contender Series with a tombstone pile driver over Amiran Gogoladzat. Yeah, Gogolads. Gogolads. Dana later announced that Darius had earned a UFC contract.
Yeah, I think everybody on the card ended up getting a contract, and congrats to him. I trained a little bit with him back in the day, and basically they're kind of in the north-south position. The guy tried to lock up an inverted triangle, picked him up, slammed him down, close to being illegal, but because he landed on his back, shit was legal. Ended up, I don't know if it broke his collarbone or popped his shoulder out.
Popped his shoulder out for sure. We don't know about the collarbone.
Yeah.
But you could see him reach over. We played football with him too.
Yeah, played some football with him. So congrats, a local guy making it to UFC.
Let's go, buddy. Yeah, that's always cool to hear.
It is. Knockout power ridiculous around these parts, and he's made his climb. He's made his climb the true, honest, hard way. Don't know how serious he was taking it in his early on part of his career, but what we do know is he has been taking it a hell of a lot more serious last few years, and he impressed Dana White because he said he called it. Dude called it. He said he was gonna fuck him up, and because he was in he was in a leg choke. What do you call that?
He was in an inverted triangle.
Inverted triangle. Yeah, that's how he said. Okay, inverted triangle was able to just kind of pick him up and just boom.
Strong.
And I think the one thing that saved him, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's because he was also going forward too when he was doing it. It wasn't like a pure drop.
Right, because you can't drop him on the head.
Yep. So he's kind of leaning forward when he kind of went down too, but it was pretty sick. I don't know if you got to see the video or not.
No, I haven't seen the highlight yet.
Yeah,
No.
pretty cool.
One little small one. You talked about it earlier. Well, two things actually. This one came across. Seahawks named Geno Smith the Week 1 starting quarterback.
Yeah, the few things in preseason I saw, he's definitely the better quarterback.
Over Drew?
Yes.
Yep. And you mentioned this one earlier. Panthers Sam Darnold exits on cart with an injured ankle.
Yeah, then the report came out later. It was he might have a sprained ankle.
So on a cart?
He fucking exited on a cart.
I just watched a high schooler walk across the field. Yes, he had to get assisted, but there was definitely no cart with a torn ACL probably.
Right.
Dude could put no weight on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So strange law for you gentlemen.
Let's go.
I actually did not look this up before. I usually do it before that. Oklahoma. There's plenty of these actually. Did you already know?
Probably dumb as fuck.
A city ordinance in Oklahoma states that it shall be unlawful to put any hypnotized person in a display window.
See, told you stupid as shit.
We mean God's land, baby.
Hey, that makes sense.
Think so.
You don't put hypnotized people in a display window. That's a good law. I think that I can get behind that.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Why would that be illegal?
Why wouldn't it?
How many people you have getting hypnotized around there that you feel you need to make a law for it anyway?
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, no, okay, this is getting out of hand.
Hold on. We can't put them hypnotized in front of a window, but I think over in Germany or something, you can have women dance in front of the windows of those prostitution places.
Oh, yeah. They don't care.
Yeah.
Or Amsterdam and shit like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I meant. Is
Yep,
that Amsterdam? My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, gentlemen, that's what I had for that. I did want to touch. So we did the running back ADPs and some curiosities and where we believed, are they actually accurate or do we believe they're accurate? And so we're going to move on to wide receivers. And out of the list here, though, there isn't anything that really extremely jumps out. There's a couple that I'm like, oh, hey, hold on. But nothing quite as extreme as the running backs where we had some questions, right? So I'll give you the top 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say the top 6. We got to touch your guy. Top 6 are going Jamar Chase, right? I take that back. I'm sorry. First wide receiver is Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb. That's the top 8. Anything wrong with that order? Is there anyone that you would take in a different position right there?
I know there's some worries about Devontae, just how he does with Carr, but I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, maybe there's something I would switch here and there, but nothing.
Are you looking on ESPN's?
I'm looking at Fantasy Pros combos them all up.
Okay, so ESPN has Debo at 5. Where did you
They had
have him
Debo at 6. This is across all of them, but
Okay.
yeah.
So that one I'm worried about.
Okay.
Obviously, Trey Lance, we haven't seen what he can do. Limited in college. You know, he's gonna get his numbers because they're gonna use him like they did last year. But on the throwing side, on the throw, obviously that injury is there, a potential, but that rookie, basically a rookie signal caller, I'm not trusting that.
Okay.
You know, I'm trusting. I'll go with George Kittle. I think he'll have a great year. You know, that's what those young quarterbacks will look for.
So let me give you a guy. That's only two-way and is your guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the clock. Debo Samuel's up. You need a wide receiver. Let's make that very clear. You need a wide receiver. Debo Samuel's still up there.
CD Lamb's
and
up
CD
there.
Lamb's still up there. Which one are you going there?
I'm taking CD.
Are you?
I am taking CD because on the fact that I've seen Kellen Moore's offense. They're going to throw the ball.
And you're missing one of the mouths that used to get fed.
Exactly. Yep. Cooper's gone. They're basically telling CD to be the guy. I'm going to trust Dak's arm over, a rookie's arm, and that aspect as well. So I would definitely lead in CD.
Okay. So you go 10 out of 10 regardless. That's what you do.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Would you do that?
I don't know. I don't trust CD yet, man. He's had a great receiver right there next to him this whole time, right? And now all of a sudden he's thrown into number 1. Literally, the way he looks right now, he's the receiver there, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I'd do that. Like in logic, like you'd be like, okay, he's the only guy. He's got to get the ball a bunch, and maybe that's true. But we've seen how San Francisco uses Debo, and they're going to figure out a way to get him the ball. We talked about this earlier at the Garner game. Talent wins, right? You let talent get the ball and figure it out, and that's what Shanahan does with Debo. So the only reservation I have about Debo is his health. Like, he hasn't consistently been healthy like he was last year. So that could be something that changes things. But I would lean towards Debo on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I guess I'm leaning more just on the quarterback who's played one season of college and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. I get you.
That's just tough for me.
I would say I see both of you guys' sides on this. I really do.
Yeah.
CD, I want to see what he does when he literally is. He's going to see the number 1 corner. He's going to see. Yeah. He's going to see probably over the top coverage that he maybe never seen before. And then he always had a good number 3 receiver on top of having a Amari too. So that'll be interesting to see. But exactly what you're saying. Debo will get his numbers because the run, the injury part would kind of get me a little weary. How much are you going to be able to do, and especially when he's probably going to be your safety net, right? Because George Kittle hasn't been staying healthy recently either. So that's normally your safety net for a rookie quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know which one. So that's the reason why I asked you two gentlemen which way you'd feel comfortable if you're on the clock, you need a receiver. Which one you guys were thinking on that one? And this one, this is like I said, this is a combo of multiple sites. This isn't ESPN's, which I should have done because that's who we go through. But the only couple I had that I legitimately thought, so they have. We'll finish off. You already know. So they have Tyreek Hill at 7. I told you CD Lamb's at 8. They had Mike Evans after that. So it's Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah, I know you guys like T. Higgins. I think he's too high in this. I think Pittman goes up above all of those guys. The way things should go in Indy. That's just off of what you said. That's where I'm leaning. I think T. Higgins is way too high in this.
I do, in the fact that there's so many mouths to feed there.
Yeah,
there's so many mouths to feed there that they're all so good. It's going to be hard to put up a lot of points fantasy points because there's so many.
And Jamar, there's a lot of mouths to feed, and Jamar gets most of the food, too. He's the big dog, right?
Yep.
And so there's scraps amongst the other talent that you've got. That's what worries me there, yeah.
So that was one of my main concerns. So the one I told you guys about earlier about Debo and that wasn't really a concern. That's just your preference.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I brought it up was this right here. My only question about like those top 19 wide receivers was Pittman being drafted after T. Higgins. Like T. Higgins on his best day is the number 2 receiver on his team. And there's been times where Tyler Boyd balled out too. So you know what I'm saying? And I like T. Higgins a lot. You know I do. I like T. Higgins a bunch, right? But Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be the number 1 wide receiver on his team with a future Hall of Fame quarterback throwing to him. I'm not saying Burrow isn't that, but you know what I'm saying. Like Michael Pittman is going to be that guy. So that one surprised me. I would put Pittman above all those guys except for Keenan Allen, because Keenan Allen was in that mix too. Mike Evans, like I'm worried about his injuries. I really am. He's been showing it a hell of a lot more lately too.
Yeah.
I think that 1,000 yards is in real risk depending on injuries. Hopefully he stays healthy and it's not a conversation. A.J. Brown, we still need to see what's going to happen. We know what he can do, but he was banged up last year, and you're with a new team, new scheme, and Jalen Hurts is your quarterback. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is bad, but it is a different guy than, run, play action, throw to you when there's nobody, when you have one-on-one coverage because you have Derrick Henry back there too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I see big things from A.J. Brown this year, I think. I think that offense is going to be crazy explosive.
So, all right, let's bundle that then. Because they're all right there. 1, 2, 3. Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen. Which one are you going over right now?
Ooh, I'm probably going Keenan Allen. I know old boy likes him. He's got an eye for him. Mike Evans, I just can't trust. I don't think I can trust. Kind of reminds me of Julio, that touchdown dependent kind of guy. Same thing. There's not going to be many weapons there until old boy gets back from injury. Godwin. So
yeah. And
then A.J. Brown. I mean, there's still that question mark with everything working. There's a bunch of weapons there now, obviously. Keenan's the kind of guy we know that the quarterback's got an eye for him as well.
So I only had one other question in this mix, and that is the next little wave there. So right after Michael Pittman Jr. is Deontay Johnson. It goes Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle, Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin, and DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Mike Williams needs to be higher on that list.
So
Gary Terry needs to be higher on that list as well.
Yeah, I think Terry will be. Yeah.
So is it just me then? I think I would take everybody else over Deontay Johnson in that one.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the only one that felt that. I'm like, I thought Deontay Johnson is like way too high. This isn't Big Ben throwing the ball.
I don't know about DJ Moore though.
You don't?
No, just because of the quarterback. I think I worry about the running back situation in Carolina. Like, if C-Mac can stay healthy, they can balance that, and they could get, passing game will be a lot better. But if he's not, that passing game is going to be in a tough situation. And in Pittsburgh, they're a lot more balanced. They've got probably a better core of receivers, really good running back, right? Mm-hmm. I think I've got more faith that he would. It's probably not a lot more, just to be upfront. But, I mean, I think I would.
They're kind of like right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of those? Like, is there any?
I don't trust Baker, I guess, is what, what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that he can help him put up points. He never has.
Yeah. If he can't do it with Odell Beckham, I get it,
Yeah.
Yep. So all those other ones, though, you'd probably take before Deontay, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Even with DK, I understand it's Geno. I get it. I would still take DK over Deontay, right?
Maybe. I don't know, man.
It could be sketchy. I understand it's Geno Smith. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, but still, it is. I'm not trying to go by name here. I don't know which one I trust more. And this is a great question for this too, real quick. Which one would you feel more comfortable having right now, regardless of where you get them? Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf in their current situation?
DK.
I'm taking DK.
DK?
Yeah.
Okay. You think that's clear cut? Even Tyler Lockett being there as long as he's been?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, that's what I had.
Boom, boom.
Let's go.
You got some randoms, baby?
I do not tonight. I was telling Danny I was only awake for maybe 2 hours today at my house. So.
Oh, okay. You catching up on some sleep because of some work-related, like, pluggage issue or something?
Dude, it was pretty tough. So I was sleeping like crazy, and then all my practices have kicked off for football. So I wake up and I'm out the door to practice in 20 minutes. So.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Jimmer, but zinc is really good for you, all right?
Yeah.
Zinc is really good for you.
So
Tell
good.
these
So,
holes in my body.
This man overdosed on zinc the last couple days with
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No good.
I was just gonna say with some of the holes he's got in his body right now. So
At least he ain't going to get the Rona off. Remember when
Yep,
they told
that's-
Zinc, baby?
That's right.
Nice
Yeah.
and healthy. Do one of you fine gentlemen have a make sense?
should have thought about it earlier.
I'll kind of feed you one there, Rio, and it has everything to do with your dryer issue and the person that was running it before you guys came in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you do if something looks like it's going to shit? What do you do?
Yeah.
How about you roll with that?
So, talking about my zinc problem these days, going to work the other night, and this guy had been running the dryer. He's like, sorry, it's real bad out there. Basically there's, 20, 30 foot of product that was, a couple feet high in this dryer. Literally there was 5 to 6 inches of space between the top of the dryer and the product. That's how full the dryer was. Got to dig it out by hand, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're like, what the heck happened, So we run on this carrier. We put liquid on this carrier. That's Cobb, nice and fluffy, usually about 26 density-ish, maybe on a good day, but it can vary from 23 to 26. Well, all of a sudden he noticed his weigh belt, which weighs that carrier out, instead of being at like maybe a 50 or 60 pounds, it went up to 120 pounds across this weigh belt. Like way too heavy. And then he's got a guy with him that goes up and is like, yeah, that looks like calcium. It's dusty. So instead of, and we know that putting this liquid on the calcium, not a good thing. So he shuts the slide gate to that bin because obviously the bin's contaminated, and then proceeds to, instead of dumping it out on the floor, puts it into the dryer where it sits and sticks and does not move, when he could have opened 6 bolts or whatever it is and dropped it right on the floor, and we could have scooped it up with a skid loader. Yeah. They did take the density off that bin, and it was like 70 or 80.
Remember what he said?
Yeah.
Normal
Cobb?
20,
So
25.
normal, yeah. Normal Cobb is like 26 or whatever. Yeah. So not good. I guess the words of wisdom is, if something's going to shit, you can always do your best to, minimize it. Like finding that way out. You don't always just have to keep on driving the ship and right into the ground.
I'm with you. So you'd almost be better off just hitting the goddamn E-stop.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
You would be way better off.
Yeah, it would have been better if he just had stop on everything instead of doing what
Decided
happened.
to try to run it out.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just dumped
god.
it
So
all into the dryer.
filled the
All
dryer.
it did was just roll down and fill the dryer. And
which
so,
which
of course,
turned into how much rework?
So it had to be
Or how
like
much was in the system roughly?
somewhere around 30,000 pounds by the time we emptied it all out. Because they pulled 7,000 kgs, which was roughly about that 15,000 pounds. We pulled 15,000.
15. Okay, so that's
ourselves.
where I was a little mistaken by. I got you.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that too.
We chiseled and dug out. Like I said, I had about 6 inches of space, maybe, between the top of the dryer and the level of product. And, I mean, the duct is, this wide. So it is up to here that I'm hand digging out. I'm hand digging this out. It's hot as hell, burning me. Right, I'm trying to throw it back. It weighs.
Obviously, 1 million pounds
Yeah.
for a shovel.
So
Right.
I got to what's called a feed screw, where it drops out of this mixer into the dryer when it's supposed to take it along, and I got to the last like 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, and like my arms were shot. It was so wet and just heavy that I was like, give me the power washer. I ended up tunneling my way up one side.
What
just
the hell?
pushing it out of the way, tunneling to the other side where it was kind of clear. And, yeah, there was still streaks up the rest of the dryer, but I turned around and I power washed it all out. And then there was some more chiseling to do. Yeah, it was a nightmare, man. So, yeah, words of wisdom. You can always save it. There's no situation that you can just keep on making worse. Yeah, it was tough.
And there you go. It makes sense.
It does make sense.
If you don't think about it.
If you don't think about it. Especially since there was a gateway to, like, get you out. Like,
Yeah.
not do that.
Literally something
made for that.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. When in doubt, dump it out.
When in
When
doubt,
in doubt, dump it out. I like it.
Yeah. But costs a lot of downtime, a lot of plugging, and obviously eating some body parts up.
Yeah, dude, I got bruises everywhere, man. I got scratches everywhere, bruises. I spent 7 hours at least inside the metal dryer.
Is that what same type of marks you used to get from an old manager you used to have?
Yeah, usually those are on my hips. My love handles, so,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, speaking of which, you don't have very many love handles anymore. Why
Yeah.
is that?
It's because I downloaded Fitbot. And I've been working out using our code 3GIG to get 25% off. And guess what, folks? You can do that same too.
Ba-boom.
Dude, speaking of that, though, I have lost weight, so thanks for noticing.
Hey, you're looking pretty
I lost
damn
like
good there.
2 or 3 inches, man. Like, my pants don't fit right.
Hold on. 2 or 3 inches around the waist or 2 or 3 inches?
Around my... Never mind.
Never mind.
Around the length of my... No. So, yeah, I was like, man, I got to work on my dad bod, so...
Yeah, I get the beer back up because we have a tournament coming up here soon.
That's true.
I got our sober driver lined up.
Perfect.
Not bad. What, we
Danny?
got 3 weeks out?
Yeah, September 17th.
Yeah,
We're rolling,
That's
baby.
right.
We got fantasy draft coming up here, which I'm jacked about.
Mhm.
Outside of some other dumbass drama in our life.
We got to set up our fantasy draft for
We
3
do.
Sports, too.
Yes.
We do. I
So-
think we got pretty close to our final. I think we were going to...
One more pending.
we have one more pending, yep.
Offer pending.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's get it going. We're jacked. Football season is here, ladies and gentlemen. So, if any of you beautiful people found us just randomly on the interwebs, be sure to like, subscribe, share, the whole 9 yards. Really helps. Give us a rating as well. Let us know how we're doing. 5 stars are the only thing accepted, as you all damn well know. But,
Yeah.
speaking of that, where's the podcast available, Jimmer?
Anywhere and everywhere you could possibly think of. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. YouTube.
100%. And we love to tell a good story. So, Rio definitely likes it if you slide on in.
To our DMs, hit us up with that story. We'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. We do as well.
Mm.
We can omit names, anything like that. Doesn't matter. We're down for a good story.
100%. One more time, shout out to Carlos. Well done tonight, sir. We look forward to seeing you on the big stage here pretty soon, man.
Yes, big shout out to Darius Flowers, like we said, too. That's
Exactly.
coming from around here, too. I think originally from Chicago, but did shout out Mason City on there, too. So, big time climb there, baby.
100%. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.